And, for me, that was the integration, which had left me just in a state of awe and shock and just looking around and realized that I was in like a completely new world, like in one night, my reality had expanded so far that I now knew that could happen and that I could have that kind of an experience and that was real.
Knowing that there's people around me and there's people to talk to about it and there's actual tools allows you to really make sense of it. But if I had gone through, like kind of one of my nights by myself, not really knowing, I don't know how I would have what I would have thought, because I thought I was going crazy at certain points, but I kind of knew already that was expected. Right. So I just went into gratitude and just trusted. But if you don't have those tools, like if you're just going in, like that's a whole different story.
Oh, it was mind-boggling. I was thinking, is there anything truthful or real behind a spiritual experience? Just can that even be real? Is there truth to what was happening to me at that period of time? And there was, like I said, there was almost nothing written about it, and there was almost nothing really known about it. And so it was, truly blind, and the tools that you had the next day were what you could come up with. Nothing was shared, nothing was spoken about. There was literally no prep going into the ceremony. There was just drink this at this time. And then there was, the next day, okay, well, let's go. Let's get in a canoe and start canoeing upriver. Mm-hmm. And, for me, that was the integration, which had left me just in a state of awe and shock and just looking around and realized that I was in like a completely new world, like in one night, my reality had expanded so far that I now knew that could happen and that I could have that kind of an experience and that was real. And it was a fundamental real experience, and I just had to try to wrap my head around it. And I was glad that there was confirmation to the visions that I had had before that. And at the same time, I was, so throttled and so impacted. I knew that I needed to take a few days and just kind of let things settle out.
Yeah, it's amazing when, people talk about these different dimensions and, entities. And it's kind of, if you haven't experienced them or seen them, it's one thing, right? It's kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of believe in them. I kind of get it. But then when you see them and you're in it, you're like, okay, I get it. Like, I understand. And then you know what's possible. Then it allows your awareness is just so much greater. And it's so powerful in that way. And I mean, I've only done it 4 times and you've done it thousands. And it's just like, it's hard for me to imagine like how much can get uncovered. Like each layer, like these different things just keep coming.
Well, I don't think there's an end to it.
Yeah.
I think fundamentally you're going deeper into the unknown, and the unknown is truly limitless.
Yeah.
And, you gain skills along the way. You become much more capable. I mean, you think about the ceremonies that you were in, there was a medicine man or medicine people and shamans guiding it. So they're clearly capable of being basically fine in that ceremony, not losing their mind, not overwhelmed, not, whatever, any of the adverse effects, literally none of the adverse effects. And when I started, I just couldn't believe that you could ever transform enough to be like that. But the actual training that, has been figured out over truly thousands of years of how to train in these, with these plants and how to become a master of the plants, ultimately got figured out. And it is truly a transformative experience that over time makes it so that you can navigate and you have those tools and you learn how to navigate and you ultimately discover more and more and more things. And it's, it's been really exciting over the years when we've had what we thought were visionary discoveries. And then ultimately years later, there's scientific reports on the things that we had been seeing or the things that we had been experiencing. So as we had been, ultimately creating our own hypotheses and our own, thesis, et cetera, about and theories about the experience and how far it could ultimately go and what we were seeing and what we were tapping into. We've had confirmation, from all different sources over the years that what we were experiencing was fundamentally real. And that just, fed into the desire to keep going even further and try to discover more and see more and understand more and really embrace that kind of openness to the unknown and just be grateful to the fact that there's these consciousness medicines.